This episode of We Like Shooting Double Tap is brought to you by Swamp Fox Optics, Black Rhino Concealment, Franklin Armory, the Sonoran Desert Institute, and the Patriot Patch Company.
Welcome to We Like Shooting Double Tap, episode 161, where we answer your questions, ask a few of our own, and touch base on gun industry news. The panel tonight is Jeremy Posderick. We got the Machine Gun Moses Aaron Krieger in the house. Nick Lynch is undead. My name is Sean Heron, and I want to welcome you all to the show. Whoa. What the is this all about? First of all,
never end?
First of all, J-Boy. Nice name. Second of all, he said nice Bush League start. Well, welcome to the show. It's how we've started like 500 episodes.
At this point, it's tradition.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. It totally is. Sean and Nick coming to you live from the Wayfair Zone. We're
the children.
We're in a wood box of our own emotions.
Oh. It took me a minute. I was like, I've heard that before. What is that?
The weird thing is, if it's like child trafficking, those boxes cost like $10,000. The box with Nick and I in it only costs like $10.
It was actually a negative $10.
Yeah, they sent them money.
They were like, please, God, take this.
Yeah, it was terrible. Hey, if you're watching this live or if you're listening later, there's going to be cussing on the show. Cursing, swearing, profanity, whatever it happens to be. Justin just said, hey, heads. That's mean.
Hey, no swearing in the chat.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. You can swear there.
No, you can. But I get it. Some people don't want to hear that. They want to listen to this around their children. They want their children to learn from us. And that's a totally cool thing. And the bleeps will be in the podcast version. But if you want the unbleeped version in your podcast player, you have to join the Gun Cult. That's at theguncult.com. Go there, live it, learn it, love it. Aaron, are your dogs okay?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I don't want to talk about it.
Whoa.
But, I like $10,000 to ship because of weight.
Oh, that's rude. That's real rude.
Oh, from Real Kiko.
So, before we do anything else, Swamp Fox Optics. That's Swamp Fox Optics. Wait, did I screw up? Okay, so here's what happened: is I dropped my ad board, and yeah,
we did Swamp Fox Optics actually last time because you asked Savage about his.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to change this up real quick.
Can I talk about Patriot Patch Company?
Yeah, do that.
Right, so I got the patch, and it looks like. So I have the sticker in front of me. So here it is. Oh, let's see if I can get it closer so we can see it. The Tree of Liberty, Patriots and Tyrants.
Dude, I love that patch so much.
Nick,
you got yours in today too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they are like by far. This one is my most favorite one. One of the things I love about the Patriot Patch Company is you get the when you get it, you get this piece of cardboard, and on it is the artwork that was used as the proof of concept, and that's always cool. So they're like collector's cards, and then in the back, of course, you see the patch of the month stuff, the previous ones. But yeah, so I have actually a bunch of these cards because I keep them. I dig them. I think they're almost frameable in the sense of what they come up with.
So I like those too. I actually throw them away though. I have no desire to like keep stuff that I'm not ever going to use.
Yeah, I think they're just super cool on top of that too. So I do keep them all, and I keep all the stickers because I don't want to use the stickers because they're actually really cool. And I like it. Once you use a sticker, you can never use it again. So it's always like, oh, can I? Is it sticker worthy?
Sean, why don't you just use a checklist app on your phone for the ad reads? Because I don't want to be like Jeremy staring at my phone the whole show. Hey.
Right.
Oh. Shut the up. Oh, okay. Oh, there we have that. All right. So this show's actually brought to you by.
We just did Patriot Patch Company.
Patriot Patch Company, Black Rhino Concealment, Bowers Group. This is all up. Do 5 more ad reads real quick.
Okay. So Black Rhino Concealment.
No, I'm kidding. Hold on.
Okay. So yeah, now Sean, this is actually Bush League at this point.
Yeah. It truly is. So what had happened was. No, this show's actually brought to you by Second Call Defense, Black Rhino Concealment, Bowers Group, Patriot Patch Company, and Medical Gear Outfitters. Okay, everything's fine.
Oh,
we're okay.
Thank God, I was so worried.
All right, so that's Patriot Patch go out of the way. Let's go ahead and get into it. So what had happened was I dropped the board and all the magnets like jumped up 1 or 2 slots. So I thought I had them good, but anyway, I don't know. It's a disaster. This is a segment that we call Wacky Weapons, where Aaron finds some shit on Google and then we talk about it, even though we're all completely unprepared. Aaron, what do you have for us tonight?
Exploding rats. Okay. World War II. England is just constantly bombarded by Nazi Germany and regular Germany too. Both Germanys. They're and they're afraid of invasion. And Churchill says, "We will burn this place down before we let you guys have it." So the precursor to MI6 or MI5, whatever it was back then, they said, let's build a bunch of booby traps that we can leave behind just in case we do lose England and Europe altogether. So one of the things they had devised was how to make a rat, or take an old rat carcass and make it into an explosive. So, it's so distracting, Sean.
Oh, welcome to my world.
So anyhow, yes.
They are actually kind of cool, as they basically would cut them open. The 100 went in a hole is an ad on this website that you posted. Nick clicked it.
I didn't click it, but I'm about to.
Oh, okay.
It's just auto-playing.
So yeah, they basically skinned the rat, filled it with plastic explosives, put in a primer, plastic explosives, and a pencil time fuse. And then the idea was like they were going to blow up boilers and
Yeah.
I was actually so distracted by playing around with the cameras that I didn't listen. Did you talk about how the Germans intercepted the content?
No, I did not.
Okay, yeah. So they were planning on doing that. They were going to blow up all the boilers and good stuff like that. Then the Germans actually intercepted the container of dead rats. But then they went around to a bunch of military schools and they prompted a hunt for hundreds of rats the enemy believed were distributed on the continent. So they basically spent all their time looking for these rats that they intercepted, all of them. So it was not even actually a thing.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, so they actually say that the trouble caused to them was a much greater success to us than if the rats had actually been used.
So I was either going to talk about exploding rats or the steam gun. You guys familiar with the steam gun?
No?
So this guy back in Civil War days, he made a gun that basically it was a steam-powered engine, and it had a centrifuge, and it would spin. The steam would cause this thing to spin, and there was a bunch of ball bearings in there. And once he flipped it open, it basically shot these balls out of a tube using the force of the spinning as a projectile.
Dang.
Yeah, and it was like very. It was good to about 80 yards.
Hey,
after that, the damage was very small.
You're close to your mic again.
So it would
Small damage.
Small, SMOL, small.
Yeah, small. So it was the damage was very minimal, and it wasn't very effective. But it could shoot 300 rounds a minute comparatively to the guns at the time, which would be like 3 rounds a minute.
Yeah, no, that's actually pretty cool. But yeah, the rat, I didn't know that was actually a thing. I think maybe I heard of it, but I had forgotten about it. So it was a nice, pleasant surprise.
Yeah, especially because they had to put that pencil detonator up its hole.
Yeah. It was like that. What was that song that kid sang? And it went viral.
I wonder what's in your hole.
Yeah, wonder what's inside. Maybe it's astronauts, maybe it's aliens.
Yeah.
Nick?
Dude, I took a this week. Did I tell you about my this week?
No, please don't.
It was so thick. I thought I gave birth.
That's so nasty.
I thought I ate a rock, and I was trying to poop out a rock, but a very large rock, bigger than my hole.
Aaron, did you actually get a package from Black Rhino Concealment?
Not yet. Nope.
Okay, it shipped though, right?
I got the shipping notification, and it's still in Illinois, so it may be here. They shipped to UPS, so I could actually intercept it at work.
Does your work actually manage the packages that go to your house?
Yes, it does.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. Like the driver, I'm like, dude, just if you there's something for me, because my driveway sucks. I'll be honest, it's like super long and it's all like rutted out and stuff. I'm just like, I don't want you to drive down there.
That's fair.
Let me know. That's
fair. So the reason I ask is because there's a very happy surprise awaiting you in that box.
So like, is it
I don't know.
I'm curious, but not bi-curious.
Ron and Gino, they said that they went the extra mile for you, which I think is cool. But yeah, you're basically getting the same holster rig that Nick popularized, and then I blatantly copied.
Oh, and then blatantly copper bastardized.
Exactly. So it's the Scabbard, the FCS, the fast carry system, and it's got the nuts strap, which the more I use, the more I like.
So apparently I did talk about my on Monday, by the way.
Oh, well, that's great.
Yeah.
Someone said it in the chat, I assume.
Yes.
Okay, good.
And someone said, shut the up about your and your driveway. It's long.
So on the topic of
No.
so Tyler and I getting a little bit frisky the other night, right?
And you together?
No.
Well, you guys see a couple.
I keep telling her that. She's like, no, absolutely not.
You guys can hold hands while you.
I'm like, let's get two toilets and face them towards each other and we can look into each other's eyes. And she's like, absolutely not. Anyway, she pushed on my stomach like just wrong. And then my stomach was like, and I was like, oh God. But it was just a fart. So I was like, okay, it's all right. I'll just like kind of slip this out. Nobody will notice. It'll be fine. It was like 40 seconds of the loudest, most cinematic fart that you can imagine. Just one single long note, and then it went up at the end like a question mark.
Thanks. You made John leave.
Oh, good. Bye, John. Anyway, yeah, it was pretty impressive. And then the smell, the stench just would not leave.
So basically the mood was ruined?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she was like, no, you. And I just couldn't stop laughing.
Good for her. I'm glad to see her standing up first. I'll know what she'd have to put up with that.
So I was working in
No more. Like seriously, it's enough.
Wait.
It's enough, man.
I had really bad gas today, and the new guy was in there with me.
It's enough.
Are you moving to mute me right now? Aren't you?
I am, yeah.
Okay, I'll stop.
Okay, so anyway, Black Rhino Concealment, back to our ad read.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Apparently everyone did. So, yes. Where the am I right now?
So they went the extra mile.
They went the extra mile. But, yeah, that holster is actually going to be pretty cool. It's the UBL mid-ride. It's the, what is it, QLS?
Yeah, QLS.
That mounting system. I mean, it's basically very similar to Nick's and mine, just different colors. But, yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. So it looks like 3 to 4 weeks right now. So if you have a new gun, you're getting a new gun, you purchased a new gun, go ahead and get out there and get that shit ordered. If you're just going to buy a new gun in a couple weeks, get it ordered now. Oh, dude. Okay, hold on. And that's blackrhinoconcealment.com. Coupon code WLSMOFO saves you 10% off all day, every day. So this was a cut that I had like a month ago, and I sprayed that shit on it, and it has never healed right. And the morning after, I sprayed the canned air on my arm upside down. I had like a big, huge burn.
Yeah, because it's cold. So, okay, we can talk about you messing around with canned air, but we can't talk about me farting in an enclosed space with the new guy.
Did you do it?
You were there. It was that Friday night when we were all drunk.
Have you ever seen a cold brand?
No.
You know what a hot brand is?
Oh,
right?
dude.
No.
I could literally cut vinyl to put a WLS logo and then just burn the skin inside of it.
Well, so basically a cold brand is the opposite of a hot brand. You dip it in like something like liquid nitrogen and then press it on the animal. And instead of it burning the animal, it freezes that area and has
then you punch it
kind
and it
of the
shatters.
same effect, but without the risk of infection.
So
interesting.
This is like literally 6-week-old cut. Well, no, not 6 weeks. How long ago?
My thumb open. I got a boo-boo.
Oh, pobrecito.
I was watching this movie today, and these guys were like kung fu fighting. One guy had a machine gun, he's shooting it, and the other guy shows up and like wrestles it out of his hand.
That's a weird kind of kung fu.
But I'm like, dude, like you just grab the barrel of that gun, of that machine gun that's been shooting, and there's like no big deal.
Well, he's immune. One time I saw these monks that hung like cement blocks from their.
I've seen that.
Or the monk that gets kicked in the constantly.
That's why Sean's so long. His is so stretched out.
Yeah,
from weightlifting.
He's a monk.
Worst martial art ever.
Yeah,
that's all you guys learn. What kind of moves you got? Go give me a brick.
Heard when you pee? Unsure about your relationship? Why can't you use 45 and a 9mm? Get your questions answered on #DearWLS. Visit WeLikeShooting.com/DearWLS to submit your question.
First question, Jeremy, what'd you do to your thumb?
Just kidding. Don't give a.
Yeah, that's fine.
No, what'd you do?
Next.
It's the little things.
No, I was. I put it. I didn't have a bulkhead fitting for a water line, so I just used a shower drain.
Oh, good idea. Yeah, that works.
It fucking worked.
Yeah.
And as I was trying to tighten the two sides, my hand spun around the
Nice.
drain, and I basically ran a big slice down my thumb, and my hand in this area here is all cut up.
Oh, yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
That looks
Yeah,
terrible.
Right on.
Yeah, there's a few of them.
I did something similar with one of my fingers a couple of weeks ago, except it was with a bottle of lime juice. I was trying to open a bottle of lime juice to put some lime in my water, and it was in the fridge, and I didn't grab it tightly enough. And, my hand spun, and for whatever reason, apparently the cap is sharp on the bottom.
Jesus.
That's so
'Cause
weird.
It like peeled the skin off my fingertip. I was like, God, this is the lamest way to cut yourself ever.
One time I left milk in a glass,
Yeah.
and Angel went to wash it. She cut her hand on dried milk.
Oh, what?
Ew. All right. No, that one's weirder.
Anyway.
Hey, I want to thank everyone who sent me money to buy the black chickens. I really appreciate that.
What?
Remember I was talking about getting those black chickens?
Yeah.
Whoa. You're not allowed to buy black things anymore.
They're colored
They're
chickens.
not work. I'm not even going to go there. No. I want to thank everyone who sent money. I appreciate
Does
it.
people sent you money?
Nope.
Okay. Okay, perfect. Good.
Zero people sent me money to buy a black chicken that would help protect my other chickens. So thanks for that.
Good. Timmy says, what weight buffer should I run in a 9mm with a 7.5-inch barrel and a 14.9-ounce BCG WLS Life SSB?
Great question, Timmy. Not Zane says,
We'll just read the questions without answering them.
I guess it's good that I drank tequila before the show.
Hand sanitizer?
me too.
No, actual tequila. It's right here.
Oh,
You want some?
no.
No, I'm good. I'm actually sober now.
Oh, weird.
Yeah. I have been sober for 22 hours.
Oh, nice.
My name's Nick.
If you,
It's your one-day chip, Nick. All right, shut the up and move on.
he gets it over and over every day.
Yeah, it's a drink token, right? You just hand it in. And they give you
Standard. What buffer do you guys use? I think just like a standard H1, H2 maybe.
Well, it depends on whose bolt carrier you're using.
Yeah, it
Does
says
that
it's
matter?
A 14.9
Yeah, like-
ounce bolt.
Is that a standard
Fact-
bolt?
Faxons, no, standard bolt. Faxons are heavier. Faxons 9mm have that extra weight in the back. Not everybody's does.
Yeah, off the top of my
Sometimes
head,
you need a heavy buffer.
it's like research would have helped here.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what the exact number is off the top of my head. I do know if you're running 9mm and you're not running a heavy bolt carrier, then you need a heavy buffer.
Yeah, get a 9mm buffer because they make those specifically for 9mm setups.
My 45 ACP PCC, 45 ACP PCC has like a 11-ounce bolt or a
So-
buffer.
Yeah.
What if you, is it possible to get too heavy of a buffer?
Yeah, then
Yeah.
the gun won't cycle.
Yeah.
Okay. So, all right. I'm just trying to think throw it back and then it would just come back harder, right?
What weight is a carbine buffer? Is that a H123 or different?
A carbine is a carbine.
Okay, carbine buffer separate.
Yeah.
That's generally what I
Well,
put
you can
in
have a
mine.
carbine, which is I think 3 ounces, and then there's an H2 and an H3, which is like 4.3 and 5.8 or something like that.
Listen
But they're all
tonight.
carbine buffers.
Okay. Yeah, I guess we don't know.
That has to do with length of the buffer itself. A rifle buffer's much longer.
Yeah, but there's like the standard carbine weight and size.
A standard carbine buffer is like 3 ounces.
That's what I generally put in mine. And I've only had about 47 problems.
I mean, I've heard people putting like extra like tungsten weights inside there to help out with stuff.
I
I've done that.
I have had guns that are overgassed from the factory, and throwing a heavy buffer in them does solve the problem. We had a guy with a
I was pretty overgassed
a
today. in
binary
that
trigger.
semi.
It was a binary trigger. I don't know which one. And it was overgassed. It was cycling too fast. Because they give like their own recoil springs and like that, their own buffer springs. But a H3 heavy buffer basically took care of all the problems he was having. But he did not have an adjustable gas block. So what do you do?
Yeah.
Weld up the gas port and then re-drill it smaller.
JB it.
All right. Well,
Or you flip it around the barrel around 90 degrees or 180 degrees. Excuse me. You drill and drill and ream the gas port from the bottom, weld over the top. Then just put the gas block upside down,
okay.
and then you can put whatever size you want in there.
Sure. Why not? That sounds fun. All right. Nick, why don't you take the next question?
Okay. I was looking at barrel or at buffer weights.
Oh, sorry. Not Zane.
Billy Zane?
No, not Zane. Not Zane says, really, Zane could not come up with this good of a question. This is the best, worst, or what is your best, worst, and favorite question asked on Double Tap? Hashtag cashing in the SSB.
So here's the thing. I have no idea, man. I barely remember the show. Like, how often do you guys like get messages or texts or whatever, and they're like, "LOL," when you said this on the show, and I'm like, "What?"
Well, I didn't give my number
No one
out,
messages me ever.
so
Like, no, like on Facebook or Instagram or.
Oh, you know, I did get a message today telling me that if I use ozone in my car, it should help relieve the gas smell.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
that's
so I
good.
get messages like that.
I just don't remember the show. I've got too much going on my mind. I'm thinking about Taco Bell or Wendy's after
Taco
the
Bell
show.
always.
Yeah, Taco Bell is life.
But then go to Wendy's to get a Frosty.
Aaron, do you have a best, worst, and favorite question?
Any question that is derogatory towards me is like the worst. Mm-hmm. You know, like Aaron's an idiot kind of stuff.
Okay.
Questions that praise me, like I really appreciate Aaron's comment on this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a huge fan of, and those would be my best and worst.
Yeah, so for me, it's like my worst or anything that is complimentary towards Aaron. Like, Aaron sounded good on that. Anything that's my best is anything that's derogatory towards Aaron. Like, Aaron, when you were so stupid. Yeah.
Yeah, explain roller block. You know when people say that gets old so fast.
Hashtag is cancel culture real. Stuff
Right,
like
yeah.
that.
Stuff like that. It's like, oh yay, you know, clever. Clever.
What about you, Nick?
the Faxon AR9 bolt is 14.9 ounces,
Oh, okay.
and they say to use a standard carbine buffer.
There's the answer.
So,
Would
Yeah.
you say that first question was your favorite?
no.
Oh. Do you have a favorite, best, worst, anything?
Not really. I think there are a lot of questions that get asked that we either answer a lot or answer very similar questions to. Questions that don't have all of the information that is needed to answer the question. Stuff like that is just kind of meh.
Jeremy, do you
Yeah.
care?
I like making fun of people when they ask a stupid question.
That's true. All right.
I do like it when people actually have like actual intelligent questions, ones that actually can be talked about and explained and like that.
Yeah, no, that actually makes a lot
Those
of
are
sense.
nice, but you know we've had 3 of them.
Well, actually, the next question is one of them. Why don't you take that one from Aiden?
Does Jeremy own a Troy-built mower?
Do you?
I have no idea what that. First of all, I'm not Aiden, so I don't know why that question even came in there. I don't read the questions when I post them.
I used to own a Troy-built rototiller. My lawnmower is made by a company called Ferris.
Like the metal.
So
metal.
the answer is no.
Ferris.
Okay.
So not Ferrous.
It's a simple yes or no question, Jeremy. Do you or do you not own a Troy-built mower?
I do not.
Okay.
There you go.
That's
In the
good.
chat, Funkmaster Fat says, "Do any of you fatties appendix carry?"
I think that's the only way to carry.
I appendix carry. Yes.
Yeah.
Nick does. Aaron
It
does.
makes me have to sometimes.
Yeah, like right now.
Yeah.
Are you appendix carrying? Okay.
By the way, how do we get Aaron to rage quit again?
Give it time.
Yeah, it'll happen. So when I have a bad day, guys, or I don't take my medicine,
That's true.
those are 2 things that will cause me to be more aggravated than normal.
I love when he doesn't because I'm always like, "Did you take your medicine?" He's like, "No," and I'm like, "Yeah, I f***ing know." It was rhetorical.
It's always so surprising. Like I don't see it, you know. But whatever.
Let's see. Not Ron Jeremy says, "What's the ratio of love viewers to download listeners?" And by the way, Savage,
I think all viewers love us.
I think he means live, but it's the same ratio as people in the United States who have died from COVID compared to the regular population being downloads.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. It's about that ratio.
I got a question.
All right, I want to hear it.
How the do you tell if something's actually in stock on Optics Planet?
Yeah.
You order it, and then in 3 weeks, you'll know. Dude, honestly, like, Optics Planet. I will never order anything from them. Hate them.
I'm like, oh, this is what I want right here. Is it in stock? Because it's not in stock anywhere else.
Yeah. Well, it's not in stock there either.
Right.
I'm sure they're all nice people. And there's like one of their dudes that rolls around, and he's a nice dude. But their fucking shipping is like the absolute worst. I don't think I've ever had a great experience with Optics Planet. I mean, I've only ordered like 3 things, but each one of them has been reasonably negative. So yeah, the ratio of live viewers to download, it is like not even, it's like 0.016% compared to 100%. Jeremy, take the next one, actually.
You did, oh, do I get one? Can I have one?
By Kirk?
By Kirk. Yeah, Aaron, you get the next one.
Kirk Lawson, now that Elmer Fudd is having his shotgun taken away, is the firearms community going to have to find a new insult for each other? No.
I say we just call anyone who doesn't know what they're talking about a savage.
Because Savage only needs so many guns.
Yeah, because today Savage said, I don't think I'm going to get any more rifles. I think I have plenty of rifles.
I have enough rifles, he says.
Yeah. He's
and
like,
we're all like, what?
Yeah.
What does that even mean?
I don't understand it. Like,
right? I don't have enough rifles.
He's like, I've got like 4 rifles. What?
I'm like, yeah. I want. Okay. And the guy, I tossed him a softball. I'm like, because he's like, well, I'm more interested in optics and pistols now. I'm like, well, how many optics do you want, Savage? And he's like, oh, like 2 or 3. I'm like, no. The real answer is all of them.
Yeah,
that's the answer. And guns are the same way. How many guns do you want? All of them.
I don't want all of them. That would require me having to get a high point, and I just can't abide.
So you want most of them?
I want most guns.
Okay, yeah, I'll give you that. I that's an acceptable answer as well.
Dude, when High Point asked me if I wanted a bunch of high points, I was like, yes.
Yeah, I'm not going to turn any gun down, to be honest with you.
Oh.
I'm going to take.
Yeah, but that's because you're poor.
No, it's because I appreciate guns, and the more I have, even if they're all, I have more than anyone else.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got the ballast thing. So if you hang a light at the end of a big arm, you have to put weight to ballast it and to balance it on the other side. And they have these little bags with zippers in them. You can put sandbags in them or whatever. And today, since we moved into the studio, I was organizing the other studio, and I found the ballast bag, and it had a high point in each side. So I know I've mentioned it before, but I just found it today, and I was like, oh, man, look at all these high points.
That is hilarious.
Yeah, that's how everyone should be about rifles, and Savage is a loser. So we're going to call Fuds Savages going forward. Aaron,
I like it.
You have the next question. Yes.
All right. Next question comes from a Glock 31. I have a question. Is the backdrop real or green screen? I know you guys switched rooms recently.
Whoa. That's not the question.
It is right there. Glock 31.
Yeah, that's not the question I wanted you to read.
Oh, yeah. Well, you're not my boss.
So up until like Monday's show, it was green screen. This is actually real wood that we put in the studio. And we'll have like lights and like shelves and nice, like it'll be like an actual set coming up very soon. So there you have it. Okay, well, I guess Earl J says afternoon. Long-time listener, first-time questioner. Hopefully when I finally catch up to the current live show, I can hear this question read and answered.
Mm-hmm.
Started with the 2018 podcast and only now just got to the April 2020 podcasts. Holy shit, dude. For the whole cast, what's the largest caliber you are willing to get shot with to a body part of your choice and get paid? However, your choice of body part and caliber affects how much you get paid. Okay, there is a list here. So 22 LR is 5,000, 380 ACP is 10,000, 9mm is 15,357, 20K, 45 ACP, 25K, 500 mag, 500 Win Mag, 30K, 223, 50K, 300, 60K, 45, 70, 75K, 338 Lapua, 150,000, 50 BMG, 500,000. Head is a 10x multiplier. Chest is a 5x multiplier. Abdomen 2.5. Legs 3x. Arms 2x. Fingers, toes 0.5x multiplier. SSB is 1000x multiplier. Looking forward to this answer. I'll read the last part here in a minute. Jeremy, starting with you. What caliber and where? and then we'll calculate your winnings.
Do I get to pick the bullet type that is being shot at me?
Yes. You get to pick it's in the notes. You get to pick the caliber. Oh, the bullet type. Sure.
Bullet type.
We'll just say they're all FMJ.
Are we wearing body armor?
No, that's not. No, I want to set up the shot because just because it's FMJ doesn't mean I don't want like a 55 grain bullet with a 1 in 12 twist in a 223. I want a 1 in 7 twist with a 62 grain like solid brass bullet. I'll take that in the leg.
No, FMJ.
It's going to zip through and make a hole. I don't want none that's going to go flipping around.
FMJ.
I don't want no unstable bullet.
FMJ, every caliber and body part.
Yeah, no, I get to pick. There's there's more to this question.
No.
I'll take it out of an M16A2. I'm not taking it out of an M16A1. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. God, don't overthink it. Caliber.
I'm not even thinking it. I'm underthinking it at this point. There's math involved. God. Who's pulling the trigger? Is it somebody I trust? From what distance?
Yeah, the distance is a really big thing here for me. Like I could take a 22 round at a mile to the head.
Well, yeah.
I think I'll be all right.
Let's say, oh man, I don't even know. We'll say 25 yards. 25 yards for handgun calibers, for standard handgun calibers, and 100 yards for standard rifle calibers.
Jesus.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, why don't you just go big? 50 PMG in the SSB.
It says 300. 300 what?
We'll say blackout.
Oh, yeah, okay. Then I'm taking a 300 blackout subsonic in the leg. So that's 60,000 times 3.
So 180,000.
Yeah, all right. There we go.
All right, there you go. And, yeah, that's fair. Aaron?
I don't like this at all. Because there's no good outcome here. I'm still getting shot no matter what we pick.
Yeah.
You give me $180,000 and you pay my medical bills, and I'll let you shoot me in the leg. But you better, I swear to God, if you hit my femoral artery, I'm going to shoot you back. And we're going to know in about 4 seconds.
That's fair.
And I only got about 4 more to shoot you.
I'm gonna
go ahead, Sean. You go. I'm still thinking this over.
I'm gonna get 22 LR in the SSB. That's $5 million, bro.
Yeah, but what if it goes out the other end?
What if it doesn't?
That's not how this.
Yeah, I mean, like seriously, if you think about it, you could lose a lot there.
You're gonna get shot in the B hole.
Yeah, it could come out the pee hole.
I mean, you like bend over and they're going to shoot it, and it's going to I don't know, maybe it'll hit a bone. Who knows? But if you don't die, $5 million.
Yeah. Now you know what? I am going to go unscathed and not get shot at all.
So Nick,
not even in a toe. I don't want to lose a toe. I've already lost a pinky. I don't need any more appendages lost.
All right, Nick. So over here we have the caliber, and you have to get shot by whatever caliber you pick in whatever area you pick, and these are the dollar amounts for the calibers, and this is the multiplier for the area. Jeremy said a 300 blackout in the leg, so that's $180,000. I said a 22 LR in the SSB, which is $5 million. And what are your choices?
I mean, if I had terminal cancer, I would take like the 50 BMG to the SSB.
I would go. Let's see here. 50 BMG to the face.
Because life.
Yeah, I think that's a good dollar amount.
Now, what if I pick that? Like I pick the same thing, but they miss. Do I still get the money, or does they have to make contact?
I mean, I think you still get the money, right? So if Nick gets shot in the head, what is that? Yeah, $5 million as well. So Nick went the same way as I did. He's taking a bigger risk.
I would say there's no risk involved whatsoever, actually. There is literally no risk. You guys are going to have medical bills. I am not.
Oh, dude, I'll take a colostomy bag for $5 million. All
right, you know what? I'll take the BMG, the 50 BMG to a finger.
I mean, at that point, why don't you just like get shot in the? Yeah.
Nope.
Oh, so you're taking 250K.
No. It's a multiplier of 0.5.
Yeah, so it takes away half.
No, it adds half. So it's like
What?
so it's what $750,000.
That's not how multiplication works.
If you multiply something by half. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, it is $250,000. Yeah, thank you. I was like, that is how math works.
Yeah, 1.5 would be what you're thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this is gay.
Yeah, so you would take 250.
Saying something is, we had an increase of 100% is saying like it doubled.
Right. What a payday, bent over, spread cheeks, they miss.
You know what? I think a finger's worth $250,000.
Actually,
I'm okay.
That's probably not a terrible idea because Jeremy was taking a 300 block out to the leg for less money than that.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah, that's the route I'm going to take.
Good point.
That's the route I'm going to take. Also, Jeremy said he would do stuff for $10,000 each episode. Remember that?
Well, honestly, at this point, I don't want to get shot in the chest. There's just too much danger there. I don't want to get shot. I might take. No, that's going to be the same amount. Actually, I don't know. I think Aaron might have it. 50 BMG to the finger because there's practically no possibility of dying unless you get a staph infection or something.
Right.
Why not a toe instead of a finger?
I didn't see it. Oh, it does say fingers or toes.
/toe.
Yeah, shoot out my pinky toe with a 50 BMG. Come on, bring it.
I would start with my left hand, small like pinky. I mean, dude, I could go for 2 pinkies.
Dude,
I'll still be all right.
Honestly, dude, just go with like your pinky toe because you're losing your feet anyway. It's like just
I'm not
precursor.
all right, so if I lose both pinky toes and both pinkies on my hand, that's $1 million.
Oh, you don't get over and over again, I don't think. Look at you trying to make money.
There's no rules here. I mean, we're kind of going like your choice and get paid. Yeah.
I signed up with Second Call Defense around February this year. I got the first month free, but no shirt. Still an active bonus. Yep. You just have to forward your stuff to automated@welikeshooting.com. Forward your confirmation from Second Call Defense, and it replies automatically with a code, and you get the code. So there you have it. I guess let's do one more question, Aaron.
Okay. So this one's from Hound Dog. I have just assembled an AR pistol in 9mm and would like to put a green laser on it. Without going into legit reasons as to why I want it, what sub $200 laser would you recommend? Either an M-LOK or pick rail will work. Preferably one with both constant and intermittent touch modes. Hashtag WLS is life. Hashtag SSB. Hashtag gun cult.
Well, I don't know anything about lasers.
PEC 15 or off.
Oh, all right. I know about
Good
those.
luck finding one of those for $200.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only laser worth having. If it's not a PEC 15, don't even bother with it.
I legit don't know anything about lasers,
So you could get some, like the TLR systems have lights and lasers. They're red lasers, but they might have ones with green. I'm not sure. So you could go with that. They have strobe features and just obviously on feature, and they also have you can flip it so it's just push on and then release and it turns off. So there's a lot of different things there.
Step 1, why do you want a laser? Step 2, realize it's stupid and don't buy a laser.
he said legit reasons to why he wants it. That's like,
no, he thinks he does.
I know,
He doesn't.
I know, I get it. I'm not a big laser guy. In fact, I've seen very few people shoot lasers, and the few I have, I was like, oh my god. But look,
I think HoloSun might have a couple options in that price range.
didn't Streamlight the TLR7 when it came out? Didn't they have a green laser option?
I don't think it was the TLR7.
Or it was like when we went to see them there, I thought they had.
I mean, yeah, they do have like Aaron said, the TLR1 or TLR2
Is that what it was?
has a laser. The TLR4 has a laser. I think one of those might be available with green.
Yeah, I have the TLR2, and it has a red laser, not a green one. But
Rodin says Streamlight has a flashlight built-in one. IR laser. So let's be clear. IR lasers are amazing. Like shooting a rifle under night vision, having an IR laser is like
That's
amazing.
Cool. That makes sense.
That's why I said PEC 15.
Yeah, totally.
Jeremy just wants to talk about pecs.
Yep. Make them dance.
are you talking about the little people in Willow, the movie Willow?
Yeah. Willow Ufgood. All right, I think that will do it for the questions tonight. If you have a question, go to welikeshooting.com/DearWLS. We'll get it in the show notes, and then we will eventually, someday, possibly perhaps, get it on the show.
Dup.
Before we go on, I want to talk about Bowers Group.
Okay.
I want to talk with you guys about Bowers Group.
Oh, sounds good.
Aaron, tell me something.
Sell me a copy of the Watchtower as well, Sean.
Tell me something about Bowers Group.
They make suppressors, and they make amazing suppressors for almost every caliber you can imagine.
I didn't say advertise. I said tell me about them. Have a discussion with me about them.
All right, so I have one that I use that I'm going to start using on predators that try to kill my chickens. And let me ask you this, guys.
Yeah.
Say I let my chickens free range, and the neighbor dog gets loose and comes over and starts aggressively attacking my chickens. Would I be within? Yeah, okay. I don't want to be a but if shooting it would be okay.
I mean, you're going to have some explaining to do, but yeah, that thing.
Is it on your property?
Yeah.
You're protecting your livestock.
Okay.
Yeah, just be like,
that's actually pretty common.
yeah, be like, I honestly thought I was going to be raped. It had the craziest look in its eyes.
It was red rocketing, and it looked at me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you think I'm down with that? No, I'm not down with that.
But anyhow, so it at nighttime, we get raccoons, we get possums, and other nocturnal creatures that seem to be aggressive towards chickens. I don't want to wake the neighbors up. Perfect opportunity for me to use my Bowers biddy on my 22.
Oh, you're going to use the biddy. I thought you were going to use the 30T.
No, the 22 is good enough to deter most predators, small predators.
Yeah, but
They're pretty deterred when they're dead.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, consider you could kill near anything on the planet with a 22 if you had the ability to hit it exactly where you needed to.
yeah, I mean, that's true. I don't know. Yeah, you could shoot it with the 22.
I watched a cop drop an elephant with a 9mm. I'm pretty sure a 22 can do some damage on an elk if you get it behind the ear.
I want to shoot it. I want to shoot like a raccoon with a Verse 458, like 458 SOCOM.
I want to shoot a raccoon with a 50 BMG.
Verse 50.
Yeah, I just want to see what would happen.
I want to shoot a raccoon with a 20 by 102.
Verse 2102.
Yeah. Oh man, I wish they had that.
That would be awesome.
A suppressed 20mm rifle would be so cool.
Yeah. The suppressors are awesome, and they have so many options out there. The War Dog K9, freaking awesome. It's a tiny little can. Tom Bowers says that it is the shortest hearing-safe 9mm silencer out there, and it is good. We've shot it a ton on a ton of different platforms. Nothing roller delay yet, but hopefully when we get the Strybog A3 in, we'll throw this on there, and it'll be awesome. But go check out bowersgroup.com, coupon code WLS. And honestly, if you have questions about what suppressor is best, just hit them up, call them, email them, sales@bowersgroup.com, and they will answer all your questions. And Tom's been working his butt off to make cans for all y'all. So keep up the good work and keep buying Bowers Group cans. Aaron?
This week's question is...
Whoa.
Not guns, not gear, just the gang. Hashtag not guns.
What I did to you was unfair because I was like, Aaron, and then you just assumed that I meant go to the next thing. Really, I was just using it as a verbal bridge to get so I could look over and hit the right button.
Oh.
That was unfair. I'm sorry.
Don't apologize. It's okay. It's okay.
Okay, thanks.
This week on Not Guns, what toy as a kid do you remember that was like one of your favorites?
What
for me,
toy?
Yeah, for me, I have two. Star Wars figures. I used to play with Star Wars figures. I had the giant AT-AT. That was so cool. But one of the things I really remember is it was called the Green Machine. It was like a big wheel, but if you pulled the lever, you could do like what is that? Some brake slides or what was it?
Power slides.
Yeah. They have a whole movie about it now.
The big wheels.
Yeah.
I've seen those.
But the Green Machine, that it had to be the Green Machine. Because that was the one. I saw they still make them, but they're like the old classic Green Machines were like that front big wheel was all plastic, and you'd always wear that hole in it, and it would because it was just like two pieces of plastic put together, and the rear wheels were like tiny little wheels.
Yeah, I know.
And it would always wear out, So Yeah, but those were cool. But now they have like actual wheels in the front and some sort of rubberized wheels in the back, so the kids will never know what it's like to try to drive a big wheel with that hole in the front.
Oh yeah, man, those things. My favorite toys like Star Wars and like cap guns and.
Yes,
So,
drifting. Thank you, Christian.
dude, my favorite thing growing up was my grandma.
You used to play with her? Gross.
Yeah, man, like my grandma was my best friend. So you want to talk some shit, I will fly to Michigan tomorrow and stab you in the neck.
Oh, yeah, I'll talk all the dude.
Don't talk shit about my grandma, Aaron.
Is she dead?
No, she is dead, yes.
Yes. Did you play with her while she was dead?
I'll
movie about that.
I will
Things.
I will f***ing kill you. I'm not even kidding. I will murder you.
You can't murder me. I'm unkillable.
No, but seriously, don't talk shit about my grandma.
I'm not. I'm talking shit about you.
My mom.
Yeah.
Goddamn saint.
Verna and Nisi are off f***ing limits.
I'm not talking shit about you, your grandma. I'm making fun of you. It's a completely different thing.
So she did a thing for me like that lasted for years, and she subscribed to like a Star Wars character
Thank
club.
God. Okay.
Like a Star Wars character club. So like every couple weeks or maybe even every week I would like literally get Star Wars action figures in the mail.
Oh, it's
I
pretty
didn't
cool.
even know that was a thing.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It was like Columbia House for Star Wars figures.
Was it a penny a day?
I don't know,
start?
but dude, like she did it for years. So I had like the most amazing, and I was poor as so I had the most like amazing Star Wars toy collection and loved those things. But yeah, like the cap guns, like I had tons of cap guns, all the cap guns, which is crazy because I wasn't really.
What are we considering our childhood?
We'll say
Before
Aaron?
your dad died. How's that sound?
So 9.
No, I was 14 when he died.
So I'm giving you some space to work with.
All right, so up to 14. Well, dude, when I was 14, were my favorite toy.
Yeah. No, so when I was a kid with the Star Wars figures, my mom used to buy like pantyhose that came in those plastic eggs, those big, So yeah. So the legs. So I used to use those as like spaceships and put my guys in there and throw them. That's cool.
So, Jeremy, up to 13 years old, what were your favorite toys?
Guns and four-wheelers?
I guess that could be considered.
Like, I was 8 when I started shooting guns. Like,
And you had a gun, right? Like that you were allowed to use in the barn to shoot like squirrels and shit, right?
yeah, we had BB guns we could run around with. And, I mean, at 10, at like 12, I could like go off in the woods by myself with a 22.
Were you play soldier when you were out there, or were you actually just hunting for stuff?
Just shooting. There was a Osage orange monkey ball tree, and it was at the bottom of the ravine. And I would sit up on the hill and try to like shoot the monkey balls off the tree. I'd burn up 500 rounds of 22 ammo in a day.
What the did you
Awesome.
just say?
Monkey balls.
Osage orange monkey
Osage
ball?
orange.
Osage energy.
I've never heard of this before in my entire life.
An Osage orange
Yes. What in the hell?
monkey ball? Yeah, those guys.
I've never seen.
It looks
I know
like a
what
brain.
Now I know. I've never eaten one. Have you ever eaten one?
No, you don't eat them.
Why?
They're big enough to eat.
No, you do not. No, nobody eats those.
Somebody's got to eat those.
But why?
Nobody eats those.
Are they
I bet
poisonous?
somebody
Do
ate
they
one
taste
once.
bad?
Dude,
What's that?
Like, are they poisonous? Do they taste
I don't think
bad?
they're
Like,
poisonous. I
what is
think-
the reasoning?
I think they're just disgusting.
Okay.
They're like the wood of the tree, the Osage orange. They used to make they would make fence posts out of it because the didn't rot. But if you try to cut a tree up that's made out of Osage orange, you will burn a chainsaw chain up in about 4 seconds. That is so goddamn hard. If you manage to actually get some, you'll like save it for wood burners. Because like a branch will burn all night.
that is so crazy. So yeah,
You've never seen a monkey ball?
No, man. I've literally never seen one of those. It's like
Look, there's recipes for stuff, so somebody's eating them.
I like how there's a monkey over here laying on his back with his hanging out.
yeah.
It's still not putting Sean to shame.
This guy's challenging me. Yeah, there's all kinds of recipes for him.
Nobody eats that.
Oh yeah, you're right. It's just called monkey balls. I've never seen. They're like green apples with cancer.
It's called an Osage orange, but we call them the fruit monkey balls.
Huh. Never heard of that before.
They must not have them east of the or west of the Mississippi. Then.
Have you ever seen them? Aaron?
Not familiar with them.
Aaron, have you ever seen them?
How big are they?
They're like the size of a softball.
Yeah, they're enormous, dude.
Never seen one before.
Okay, well,
Really?
so fucking go eat one. Maybe you guys are all
No,
like...
nobody eats them. They're not food.
Yeah. Just because nobody eats them doesn't mean they're not good to eat. Try it.
Only the seeds are edible. Thomas is saying.
Well, it looks
you
like
can make
it's
a bulletproof vest out of them.
It looks like it's made of seeds.
Dude, they are that wood. The wood on an Osage orange is hard as.
Yeah, that's weird, man. Aaron, remember?
When I first met Sean, we used to send this picture back and forth, but we'd always Photoshop each other's faces on it. Oh,
It's a monkey in his own.
his own.
Yeah.
That happened.
Oh, man. Where were we?
We're talking about monkey
Oh,
balls.
toys. Nick, what were your favorite toys when you were a kid?
Probably Legos. Because, you can do anything with Legos. I just had a big bin of mismatched Lego bricks.
I couldn't afford
amazing.
Legos. I had Lincoln Logs.
Yeah. Well,
Legos I had both, and Legos are still really expensive.
they are really expensive. I have 2 brothers that are 8 and 10 years older than me, though. So, they each got some Legos as kids, or, when they were younger. And then, by the time I was playing with them, they had kind of outgrown them. So I got theirs and then got some of my own. So I had a pretty decent. In fact, I believe my nephews and nieces still play with them at my parents' house.
Yeah, we have a bin full of Lego stuff, and we actually went to Legoland too, which was really cool. The kids love that.
I want to go to Legoland.
Yeah,
I had Connects.
Yeah,
yeah.
I had some of those.
I had Lincoln
remember
Logs.
those.
They sucked.
yeah.
Lincoln Logs. I
had a
don't know,
few
man. I
Lincoln
mean,
Logs.
you can make. The only shitty thing is every Lincoln Log thing you make always has those little ones because you got to make the door
Yeah.
and the window. That's yeah.
I'm like,
And then you have
cool.
those green long sticks that go on for the roof. So you're only making so many things with Lincoln Logs.
Yeah, you're like, cool, I made a fucking house. Wait a second. I made a house with different dimensions.
Wait,
Oh,
I made
look,
a
I made a fence
house
around
with
the
fences.
house.
Yeah, you
And
made
then-
fences too.
They had little sheep. No, man. No erector set.
Sometimes you could make a barn.
I still have an erector set somewhere, like an old metal, like
Yeah.
one that was my dad's when he was a kid.
I had these ball
got
things
one or
that had
two of those.
gears inside of them, and you connected them together, and you could make them move.
Yeah,
I can't remember what they're
Magnet
called.
ones.
Nope. They were like plastic. They were plastic balls, but they looked like little COVIDs, they would connect together. They had little things in there, and it would all be machinery, and you could make long things with it. It was crazy.
The other thing that I had that was one of my most prized possessions. My brother had an old Colt pre-ban AR-15, and he put it on some MDF and traced it, and then cut it out with a jigsaw or something, and then we spray painted it black. And I used to run around the yard with that, and that was the coolest thing in the world. I had BB guns and stuff too, and I got a 10-22 when I got a little bit older, but that wooden M16 or AR-15 was just so freaking awesome.
Yeah. I also had G.I. Joe, and that was a bomb.
The 12-inch G.I. Joes
I
with
had
the realistic guns.
Oh, man.
No.
I remember some toys when we lived on a ranch, basically between Divide and Cripple Creek, called the Lazy S. And I remember we had a refrigerator, and I had Batman and Spider-Man. They were the 12-inch, but they had magnets in their hands.
Yeah.
So you'd put them on the fridge, and they would just
that's cool.
stick there. They're the coolest things,
That's
but they
badass.
scratched the shit out of the fridge.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. What about?
I had
oh,
the
go
G.I.
ahead.
Joes, and I played with them, but my favorite part was the guns, because I had a 1911 where the slide reciprocated and it had a little spring in there.
So you had the full size,
And the
G.I. Joes
12-inch. Yeah, and you could take the mag out, and there were little bullets or cartridges in the mag that you could
Dang.
pull out and stuff. It
I
was
had
so cool.
I had the little action figures.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah, with the rubber band for the hips. So
the guns weren't as cool with those, so I was never into them.
Honestly, I was poor, man. And it wasn't it was a bad thing. I was poor, and we played outside all the time. I did parkour basically before. We used to jump up on the roof, and I would jump off the roof in the yard and roll. And we played in a storm ditch, so when it rained, we'd be out there just playing and waiting for the deluge to take us away. Like, dude, I had a fucking cool childhood, man.
So I had this my first camcorder I got when I was a little kid, but it wouldn't record on like VHS or beta tapes. It recorded on cassettes, like you put into a radio, like tape cassettes.
Like actual cassettes, or
yeah. It was made by like I think it was like I can't remember who made it actually, but I remember having it as a kid, and my brother and I would make videos. The sound, it didn't really have really good sound, and the video quality was actually like obviously really horrible. And it was all black and white, but it was cool to have it as a kid,
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
Yeah, audio cassettes, Husk.
Yeah, man, that was actually kind of fun. Just thinking about like growing up, like Ninja hide and go seek is what we played. Like dress up like a ninja and go outside at night in the yard and on the street, and like people would hide and the ninja had to find them. Huh. That shit was awesome. I'd just jump out of a tree and fucking scare the shit out of people.
When I was in high school, there was a game that we would occasionally play where you would try to make it from like one location in town to another location in town on foot, and you had to do it while other people drove around in their cars and looked for you. So it was like hide and go seek, but like all the way across town on foot. And people actually started getting in trouble with the cops because they were like cutting through people's backyards, and then they'd call the police because they were like, teenagers in dark clothing hiding in their backyards and stuff. Yeah, so unfortunately that got ruined.
I can imagine.
But that was a lot of fun.
Sounds like
Yeah,
it.
we had this playground we used to play tag at in high school, and in the middle of the night. And I remember just
High school?
Yeah. There wasn't much to do in my town. My graduating class was like 52 people, so yeah. And I just remember trucking it, running as hard as I could. Someone was chasing me, and I didn't see the pull-up bar. Yeah, right on the bridge of the nose, just took me out right there.
Better than me, it would have caught me in the throat.
John Doe in the chat says, we played kidnap. You blindfold people and drop them off at a set location. I think actually you were just a kidnapper.
Yeah, I think the Canadian
got money.
police
It
have
was
been
weird.
doing that.
Did you work for Wayfair?
Ooh.
Too soon.
Is it?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so. All right, so this is when I want to talk about medical gear outfitters. So I talk a lot about medical stuff. Mm-hmm. Talk a lot about having the skills that you need. Talk about a lot about having the gear that you need. Mm-hmm. And if you're hearing our voice, I want to challenge you to go. So Skinny Medic. Mm-hmm. At some point, the Civilian Medical Podcast has overtaken We Like Shooting as his top coupon code. Mm-hmm. And I would like to challenge everybody to go buy a cat tourniquet because you need one, right? Like if you have one and you carry one, that's great. If you have one that you carry but you don't have one that you practice with, you should. If you have one that you carry one to practice with, then you should carry two in your kit. Throw one in your wife's purse. Throw one in your backpack. Make sure people know how to use them. But look, it's going to be just a little bit over $20 if you use our coupon code. And We Like Shooting is a better coupon code than Civilian Medical. It's 1% more. So, yeah, if you go to medicalgearoutfitters.com and use coupon code We Like Shooting when you check out, you save money. If you order over $50, you get free shipping. And there's a couple new kits out there, and we're working on another brand new one, which will be out pretty soon. That'll be made basically for cargo short pockets. And so someone texted me today, or messaged us on Instagram, I guess, and talking about how he just ordered some cat tourniquets. So I think that's my challenge. Go medicalgearoutfitters.com and order cat tourniquet. If you don't know how to use it, message us, and I will literally send you instructions on how to use it. Mm-hmm. What do you think, Nick? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You're in? Mm-hmm. You going to go buy one? Mm-hmm. Go buy one right now. Do you have any cat tourniquets, Nick?
I have a cat.
I have 6.
Okay, Pepper doesn't count.
What is the opposite of a tourniquet? She makes things bleed.
Just a woman.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah.
All right.
She doesn't stop bleeds. She induces them.
All right.
At least once a month.
Matt L.
No, she's fixed.
He just bought a second cat for work. That's good.
Well, what's his name? Or her name? I'm not going to...
Cat 7 from North American Rescue.
Oh, not an actual cat.
Yeah. It's a cat dozer.
Yeah. But anyway, go do that. Medical Gear Outfitters, support the company. It is Skinny Medic. We all love Skinny Medic. Just save more money and go buy something that could possibly save your life or someone that you love or even a random stranger. and go do it. Go do it right now. Where are we at?
Making news. This is the part of the show where I find headlines and then read them, and you guys have to interpret what the story's about.
Okay, good. I'm ready already for the first one.
Okay. Apparently, there's a company, Atlantic Arms, and they have made some 9mm ammo.
Okay, first of all, it's called Atlanta Arms. And so I noticed the show notes said Atlantic, but when I went to it was Atlanta Arms. So Atlanta Arms actually does make some really awesome ammunition. When I did the barrel gang thing, all we shot that weekend was Atlanta Arms, 77 grain, 223.
I thought this looked familiar.
Yeah. Their logo has changed, but they actually do have it in stock, and it is expensive.
$40 for a box of 50.
Yeah, well, you can get a case of 1,000, but you're looking at basically like 52 cents a round. So
Yeah,
it's expensive, but man, every experience that I've had with them has been really good, actually.
Boom. So ammo in stock somewhere.
Yeah. I wonder if they still have those 77 grain pills. I still have a couple boxes. Yeah, here we go. These are the, Elite 77 grain Sierra boat tail hollow point. Ooh, look at that annealing, Nick.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I could see it, but you're not sure.
You can't.
Don't show him?
No, don't show him.
I'll show him, Nick.
Stop.
I'm going to show him.
No, stop.
I'm showing him.
Look away. Avert your eyes.
Don't look,
Don't-
Aaron.
That's not 9mm.
No, it's 5.56.
Yes, it is.
I want some boat tail hollow point ammo for 9mm.
I wonder if they have it. Actually, it looks like all their stuff is in stock. Oh, never mind.
Some of it. 77 grain Sierra TMKs.
Yep.
Ooh, those are going to sound real nice out of my suppressed SPR.
Well, I know all you guys are going to go buy whatever they have in stock and put it out of stock. So, AtlantaArms.com. You're welcome.
All right. Next one. Let's see. New federal. Okay, so I call this the Biden. New federal force X2 personal defense shotgun loads. Look at that. So there's a new shotgun load for you. That's for home defense.
It looks like they're shooting bells at you.
I know. I saw that. I'm like,
thinking
it's
the same
Christmas.
Jingle bells. Where'd my leg go?
You hear bang. Ching, 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 ching.
I hear dancer and dance. Whatever. Comet and stupid.
I hear Biden and Cheney.
So yeah, if you need some another reason why you need a shotgun for self-defense, I guess there it is.
Looks like in ballistic gel testing, it averaged 9.5 inches of penetration.
Yeah.
And it's only holy
Wow, $22 for
$2.29 per round.
Man, that's
Not
not
worth it.
that great. 9.5
No,
inches
it's not-
of
no.
average penetration.
I think my regular shotgun slugs will work just fine. Thank you.
It did go 5.25 to 14.5, but the average was
Right.
9.5.
The average,
I mean, 5.25, like that's barely even going to penetrate my fat.
right?
Yeah.
It's not even.
I mean, your arteries are going to do more damage to you than these bullets.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's not even going to penetrate my bread body armor.
That's true. Like, that's amazing, the bread body armor.
Dude. I mean,
Oh,
in order to stack it, you would have to carry like 600 pounds of bread around you.
No, I just carry 600 pounds of bread inside me.
I don't think it works like that. Yeah, I don't know. Nick, would you buy this?
No.
Jeremy, would you buy this?
I mean, if it was all that was left, sure, but like I'm not going to look for it.
They say it's the first significant change to buckshot ammo in over a century. Which
I mean, it's not wrong.
yeah, I was going to say like I kind of agree.
Yeah, I've never seen buckshot ammo with bells. You know,
Was it just like they carve a little notch in it, like all the people on AR-15 Nation?
Yeah, it looks like it's got a cut from one side or either side.
It looks like one
But-
side, yeah.
But apparently it's intended to split in half when it hits tissue.
It's like a pellet.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not super impressed by the penetration on that.
Says carries 9 segmented double-aught buck pellets that split into 18 wound channels. Yeah, but they're very small. Oh, yeah, you know what? I'm out.
Small.
yeah.
Small, S-M-O-L, small.
Ooh, I put small on an official work document today.
Nice.
So I'm kind of wondering, like, if I hope we get like a ISO
Audited?
inspection or something. Yeah. And they're like, what is this? Small?
So next up is the new Springfield Armory Commander size Ronin Operator 1911 and 45 ACP and 9mm. I thought this was for Jeremy. I know it might be too small for him, the size, but he's a Springfield boy.
I just sold one of those.
Yeah, what did you think? So you got to handle it?
I liked it. For as far as the 1911 goes, it was a good price. I think I sold it for like $750. It's a really decent little 1911 for not a lot of money.
So is the Ronin a good series for Springfield?
From what I saw, I mean, I'd shoot it. It would,
Yeah, it kind of will lower the price a little bit.
Yeah, and these articles are coming to us from guns.com, by the way. Got to give a shout-out to our girl, Jackie Billings.
Yeah, they're good-looking guns.
Yeah, they are. What just happened?
I don't know. Everyone's watching your screen, though.
Yeah, no. Guns.com just gave me spam, I think.
Oh,
no, I clicked a link. My bad. But yeah, I mean, here, let's watch the video a little bit. Oh, God, that was so loud.
Springfield Armory is proud to introduce...
Nope, I'm out.
Who's that voice?
Like they have a Samurai Ronin, the name, and then.
Well, would you prefer? Oh, hello.
Yeah, actually, I would prefer Tu Lam narrating like how he's going to murder everybody with his gun.
Perfect.
All the bad guys, that is, not good guys.
Just, yeah.
Yeah,
I think Roden has a good comment. 750. Jesus, we are overpaying for everything here. Oh, we're overpaying for everything right now. Anyhow, like everything's too crazy. What is this you have up, Sean?
Yeah, so this is a new story that I added just because I wanted to talk about it just a little bit. So a female deputy got attacked by a dude with a knife or maybe even two knives.
This is great.
Yeah, so this is actually pretty intense. Nick, did you see this?
Yep.
All right.
From several angles, a bunch of times.
All right, so basically it's the body cam footage. She's got the gun presented. The guy looks like he's wearing either Nike Monarchs or New Balances. I'm not sure. I don't know if he was just barbecuing or what. I don't know any of the backstory here, but yeah, got at least one knife. He's advancing towards her. Here we go.
He stabbed a guy. He got into an argument with someone because he was not wearing a mask.
This dude?
Yeah, and they said he should be wearing a mask, and he apparently disagreed, and it escalated to the point where he stabbed them and then left the scene.
Holy okay. So she's got him at gunpoint. He's galloping towards her. I thought he could have walked a little more manly or run, but he is galloping, like tiptoeing through the tulips. All right, that was 5 rounds. He finally catches up to her, gets to her, swings something. She
it looks like a baton of some sort. I don't know what. I'm just guessing.
That looks like a blade in his hand right here.
Oh, is that a knife in both hands then?
I think it is.
He has weapons in both hands, that's for sure. So she holds out an arm with her left hand, and her gun is still in her right hand, and his hand with the knife is above that. Okay, causes a malfunction. Like he has closed the gap, closed the distance right on her.
He took a round there, though.
He's taken several. He got shot quite a few times, and so now he's induced a malfunction. She's still creating distance, moving away from him, and here we go. Tap rack continues to shoot until the threat goes away. Like holy.
And so is his spirit. Because he's dead.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Does it seem like there are a lot of failures in these videos? Like this one, the guy grabbed the gun, but it seems like there are a lot of them where just random stuff happens and the gun stops working.
Yeah, I agree.
Some of them have like really crazy, awkward failure drills, and this is an incredible
literally
tap rack bang.
Yeah, literally the best tap rack bang under the most intense of pressures possible. Yeah, this cop is freaking awesome.
Agreed.
Yeah, train clicks in, she clears the jam, begins to eliminate the threat. Great work. This was shared by Victor, one of our listeners, and from Street Cop Training.
Yeah, there's another angle from one of the houses, a security camera from one of the houses that's like a side view.
Man.
That's longer. It's not cut down as much as this one. And I mean, there's not a whole lot more to show. Like it shows him from where he first stops, and then he gets out of the car. There's some yelling, and then he comes towards her. She, shoots and everything. One of the things that's interesting is she continues to back up as she clears that failure, and he stops to pick up the knife. It looks like, and she takes a few steps back, and then re-engages and starts moving back towards him again, and then he goes down.
Yeah,
which is kind of interesting.
Dude, this is a fucking clinic in a self-defense shooting. Like, cop, no cop, whatever. Like, this is a clinic in how to do it right.
So in the comments, people are asking me if I thought that the officer used too many bullets when they shot him.
Oh yeah, because you had argued about that
I don't think,
in a previous issue. Yeah, for the Atlanta.
Well, that was the guy had a taser and he was shot because he had a taser. This guy, and he was far enough away that So anyhow, this point is, I think she was perfectly fine. It's a clean shoot.
Yeah,
I'm all pro.
And it's not
shoot.
It's not one shot. It's not two shots. She shoots until the threat stops.
Yeah,
Yep.
I think it's 12 rounds, 13 rounds total, something like that.
Man,
I was counting it last night, but I can't remember now.
Yeah, it is freaking awesome. And then the video ends while she's still engaging and shooting. I don't know. Maybe they just didn't. Since this is body cam footage, maybe they just didn't want to show like when he goes down or whatever. But that's why we all train. That literally right there is like why we train tap rack, whatever you train on failure drills. Like, this is why. And may we all be as efficient with our stoppage clearance if we ever have to. Jeremy, what did you think of it?
Good job.
Yeah.
Don't always expect one shot's going to get the job done.
Yep. Shoot until the threat stops.
So the fish asks, Aaron just doesn't care because it was a white dude. That's racist, dude.
Was he? His name was Sean.
I mean, I couldn't really tell what color he was because everything was like blurred out. I guess I didn't really look.
Yeah. Either way, man, friggin' impressive use of force.
Yeah.
And necessary use of force. I don't think there's any question here that this cop did the right thing, at least from the time when the guy started advancing on her with deadly weapons. Was I not showing the video at all?
Yeah, you showed the video.
Okay. I just looked up and it wasn't there. So, yeah, man. Roden, I wish we could do a rewind and try it with a 40.
Bodie.
Daddy Aaron clears it. Case closed. Elder A.A. Ron has spoken. Daddy Aaron.
That's what your wife calls me. Oh, Daddy.
Oh, man. Pretty crazy. This video is out there. Just search for it. And I think that's going to wrap it up for the news before we do anything else. In situations like that, as a civilian, life and death situations, choices have to be made. You don't want someone on the jury to be like, well, did he shoot too many times? Did she shoot too many times? You don't want someone on the jury to say, well, he was the initial aggressor. Like, it's just, there's too many unknowns here. So that's why second call defense exists. We just had Sean Maloney on Double Tap. Second call defense is self-defense insurance. If you're ever in a situation where you have to use a firearm for self-defense, even if it's a negligent discharge or you have to draw your firearm, but they leave, like, and then they call and say you pulled a gun on them, stuff like that. Like, second call defense helps with all that. You can get a free month and a free shirt by going to welikeshooting.com/SCD. And Nick, what do we always say?
Don't wait till it's too late.
Don't. Sean Maloney's no baloney.
All of those things and more.
Okay, Sean.
Yeah.
So it's 9mm that she's most likely shooting. So that's 15,000. And he took how many shots? How many rounds do you think he took?
We don't know that. She's a cop. It's very
probably
possible
40.
She's using a 40.
Yeah.
Okay, but 40 was not an option on my list here. It's just 9mm. So 15,000 for 9mm. It looks like he got hit in the abdomen a bunch of times. So 2.5 multiplier each time. That dude made bank.
Right. Except he did.
He's like, give me more. He's got some gambling debts to clear out.
Like, I'm all for like masks and but like I'm all for property rights as well. Don't.
Yeah.
I'm all for not stabbing people over stupid arguments.
I agree with that. There was one in somewhere today. I think it was maybe here in Colorado.
Bus driver got killed in France over a mask.
No, there was one in Colorado today. A black dude went into a Target or something, and people were at him, and he caused a scene.
Why you gotta say a black dude? Couldn't you just say a person? Why you gotta bring race into it?
Because I think it's interesting. It was a black dude. Like, normally, I think historically people have been about white people doing this. This is a black dude, didn't want to wear a mask. People at him. He left after having discussions or arguments with people, and they like 10 cops took him down the parking lot. And I'm like, this laying on the ground with 10 cops on top of him over a fucking mask.
Yeah, that's insane.
Well, wear that
Absolutely.
mask next time.
No, that.
Is it a mandate in your state that you have to wear a mask in
Absolutely
places?
not.
In some places it is.
They
Okay.
don't have the authority.
It is up to the private property owner to decide.
Okay.
No, in some places it is.
Actually, beauty salons, right?
Salons, when I was in Glenwood Springs last weekend, in the entire town, if you went into a building, into a store or a restaurant or whatever.
So
you were
that's a
required to-
local
Yeah.
requirement. There's no
So
statewide.
in some towns.
Gotcha.
Yeah, in Michigan, it's statewide.
But you just never listen, Sean. I said in some towns like 6 times, and you don't even listen.
I guess not. I heard now.
Apparently, Denver has something now too.
That's not surprising. We're seeing a resurgence, which everyone with any brains would have known that we're going to see a resurgence. And Polis said he was very concerned by this. So who knows? Maybe they're going to lock down the state again.
Well, I mean, masks will help, guys. So maybe and wash your hands. Wash your hands is key.
There's no f***ing science behind masks. helping.
more rights.
Wait, I think there's actually science behind masks. To be honest with you,
There's-
that's why they made them.
There's
science,
both
science.
directions, so that's the problem.
Everything I've seen. We're not going to argue about
I
it.
literally,
There's both directions on vaccines too. Just saying.
Yeah.
Disneyland.
And the Earth is flat. I hear there's both those.
Disney
arguments on that
World
side.
actually has said, well, I mean, I have a bunch of surgical masks, and they literally say on them will not protect from COVID-19.
Nice. Well, you got masks apparently.
I mean,
Yeah.
they're surgical masks.
Yeah, surgical masks protect 60% of all
Yeah,
particulates.
I don't buy those numbers.
N95 is 95% effective.
N95, absolutely, as long as you don't have any facial hair and they have a good seal.
Yeah, and and also KN95s will do the same. So
Again,
KN95s and N95s.
All of us have facial hair, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't have
Disney
facial hair.
World.
And some protection is better than no protection. I think
That-
best statement of put a mouthful of water.
Disney
and-
World, they just reopened and masks are required, but no gaiters are allowed. None of the pull up over your face thing.
Okay, because that's just cloth. There's no filters in there.
Weird. Anyway,
But masks have filters in them.
no.
They don't.
The N95s, the KN95s do.
How many of those do you have?
I have a box of them here. Would you like me to show you?
Yeah, actually.
Okay. After the show, I'll go grab them because Aaron just ordered a bunch.
Show me now.
You're going to make everyone wait.
Sure. Where are they?
No, they're in the bedroom upstairs.
Okay.
I'll be happy to show you.
But yeah,
You got to post a picture with like the N95s in one hand and toilet paper in the other.
yes.
Right.
Because you're like pandemic rich.
Oh,
A
man.
beard bra.
All right, so let's go ahead and wrap this thing up. Join
God.
the NRA texted me today asking if I was going to vote for Trump and Cory Gardner in Colorado, and my response was, as long as LaPierre is associated with the NRA, you get zero data from me, which is not that exciting, but it felt good to tell him.
Matt, you're wrong.
I had somebody ask me about that, and I explained the whole. I was like, the NRA, and they were like, "Well, you're more up on that than I am. What, why?" And I explained the whole Wayne LaPierre thing, and they were like, "Really?" I'm like, "Oh my god, keep up, god."
So N95s are 0.75 microns or higher. What did Matt say?
Oh no, Matt just told me that. Let's see, where is it?
Surgical mask and N95 don't work. They only filter 0.3 micron and larger. 0.75 is actually what they filter. So COVID is 0.125 micron. So those don't filter it.
So here's a question though, and this is a legitimate, serious question. The way that COVID is spread, does it need to be in a droplet,
Yes,
like spit or whatever when you cough?
Yes.
Not necessarily, right? That's the transmission mechanism. Like,
Okay,
Right. But it doesn't need to be, but it often is.
that's generally the way that it is.
But
yes.
if those droplets are larger than the 0.75
it
or
does
whatever,
not survive on a surface well.
right? But if
It needs
those,
to be in.
yeah. But let me finish my question. So if those droplets are larger than the 0.75 or whatever, won't the mask catch the droplet and thus catch the
COVID.
the
Perhaps.
virus that is in that droplet?
Perhaps, depending on how aerosolized whatever droplet happens to be.
And from M. Saboja, Aaron, do you wear a mask at work? Yes, I do, actually. I switch my masks out probably every 2 hours because of the amount of hard work that I'm doing. that it gets very moist. I'm sweating a lot. So yes, I wear multiple masks a day at work, all day.
I just want to know when did it go from we're going to have a 15-day shutdown to flatten the curve to nobody's allowed to get this virus ever. Like, you're going to get it. Everybody's going to get it. It's a fucking virus.
No,
not all going to get it.
I saw an article today that said that protesting actually is going to be a positive thing for the spread of COVID, because locking down and preventing anybody from being around each other basically halts herd immunity. So by locking down and wearing masks all the time, we're actually doing worse for us as a society. Because
my mom said today, she goes, look, we figured out good therapeutics. We figured out that vents aren't good and open systems are better. We've learned that putting people on their stomachs is better. We've learned a lot of things on how to treat people, which is also a big reason on why the death rate's going down. Because the death rate's continuing to go down, even though new cases are going up because more testing, blah, 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 blah. So the actual
people are still dying, though. So
people are still dying every day from car accidents. People
Heart
die
disease,
every day, dude.
diabetes.
That's not going to stop.
the Rona has more kills than Jeremy.
Obviously. And a lot of those are inflated.
Yeah,
At least
but
they are.
Inflated.
Yeah.
Again, yes, I wear a mask at work. Saboja.
Yeah,
But my point is, when did it go from we just need to flatten the curve so our medical facilities don't get overwhelmed to nobody's allowed to have this at all, and we need to stop the transmission of it right now? That doesn't work.
The idea of flattening the curve was not to overwhelm the medicals.
Right, exactly. For 15 days. That's what we were told. Does nobody remember that?
I do.
I don't remember anyone
That's literally
saying
what they said. 15 days.
Well,
we're in day what? 180?
It was the original idea, right? Because they said that basically it had up to a 14-day incubation period before people were symptomatic.
But who said we were going to shut down for 15 days or whatever? Because I remember when our governor shut down, it was like an unknown thing. He was like, hopefully it won't be too long, but
no, that's what we were literally being told by like a lot of by the CDC and a lot of people is 15 days to flatten the curve to our medical facilities. And now nobody's just allowed to get it. We have to like stop transmissions from it.
I mean, the positive thing here is that after November 4th, my birthday, we will never hear about this again. Like it'll be a sideline. Like this is all about the election.
Nobody would have noticed this at all had the news not.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that.
I disagree because Italy, France, and all the European countries that are being inundated with COVID-19 are just complicit with our election cycle. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying that it exists. I'm saying that the continued, just absolute focus on it and everything has very much to do with the election. And we'll see. We'll see. November 5th.
Did you see what Italy just announced? 99% of people that died from COVID had other health problems. 99%.
Okay.
That's crazy.
I am the 99%.
I mean, yeah, I think like honestly, the response was
Lonnie. I think that's I don't believe that's true.
No, that's
Lonnie.
actually true. What Lonnie just said.
No, it's not.
Because the CDC actually admitted that states were doing this. There's a difference between
Florida
with COVID and death from COVID. And when states are going back through the numbers, they're losing 25 to 30% off the top.
And they're also getting a $39,000 bonus from the federal government for each case of COVID that they have, which is why they're inflating it. And they're saying,
if it was a Medicare patient.
Yes.
I really need to see these numbers because right now I'm hearing I don't watch the news anymore, so I'm hearing everything anecdotally through you guys.
Yeah, you can. This is definitely the over-reporting of COVID deaths is absolutely a thing. Been reported in many
underreporting has
places.
been a thing too. I mean, Florida has not been reporting it because they didn't want their numbers, but now they had to open it up because of a Freedom of Information Act. They were sued.
Yeah, but I mean, they just opened Disney World, so like, I mean,
because Florida is a tourism state. That's what they make all their money on. So of course they don't want to report as much COVID as they have because they want people to come there.
Aaron, how many people do you know who've died?
I don't know anyone who's died from COVID.
I mean,
but I don't know that many people to begin with.
I know a bunch of people who have had COVID. I don't know anyone who's died from COVID. Nick, do you yet?
No.
Jeremy?
I know of a couple people that have died with it. They were not healthy to start with.
So, I mean, I guess when I start...
The flu could have taken them out. It didn't have to be a spicy flu. The flu could have just done it.
Yeah.
You know, when they were like, oh, Troy Diffie, who's a country singer. This is like way back when it started. he was like, they were like, oh my God, Corona killed Joe Diffie. Sorry, Joe Diffie. Like, Corona killed Joe Diffie. They forgot to mention he had stage 4 lung cancer.
What?
Yeah, they were like,
did he really?
He had a Corona. And you're like, oh.
I remember when he died. A lot of people were upset.
Stage 4 lung cancer.
Okay, they did report it in the news as he died from Corona.
Okay,
yeah,
but again,
complicated because stage 4 lung cancer.
But going back to the whole like my AIDS argument. Okay, people are listed as dying from AIDS, but they don't die from AIDS. They die from complications caused by the AIDS virus. Mm-hmm. So same with COVID. I mean, you could die from COVID
and get into a car accident, and they listed as death with COVID, not
with COVID, right?
Not death from COVID,
right? So you had COVID.
Cancer. The cold could have wiped him out, dude.
It could have, but it was COVID that ended it.
Aaron, I'm not actually saying you're wrong on this because some of that is the case, but the problem is everything's so up. I don't even know what is true anymore.
I mean, we're going to look back and actually see the real numbers in the future. I'm going to take every precaution I can,
and I'm going to take zero precautions. And when one of us is alive or both of us are alive, I guess we'll figure out who was right.
Right. I mean, but also I keep my circle really small. So I'm not exposing myself to a lot of things.
I go out every day. I've never once worn a mask. That's not true. Twice I've worn a mask when I was required for a service, and I didn't give them a bunch of shit. I just put it on and did it because I needed the service performed. But I do hand sanitize. I try not to touch anything. I try not to touch my face in public, which here in the studio I can't keep my goddamn hands off of my face. But
I literally have gone to work every day. Not changed anything about anything. Did not wear a mask or nothing. And
I genuinely think I had it like the first week that we went in lockdown.
I remember back in December, my kid was on breathing treatments.
Yeah, you mentioned that last show or a couple shows ago.
And it was amazing because the doctor was like, yeah, it's like the 8th case we've had this morning of RSV, which is like some respiratory virus, respiratory syncytovirus or something like that. And my niece had an unknown upper respiratory infection like 2 weeks before that. And they got it at daycare. Daycare literally shut down for a day to disinfect everything because there was just a ton of kids getting sick. I guarantee, and this is like December, and we have confirmed cases in Ohio. My kid probably already had it. I probably got it from her.
Maybe. But, I mean, some of the things that happen with COVID is it damages your lungs. It can permanently scar your lungs.
It can,
yeah.
Okay,
yes.
what percentage?
I have no idea.
1%?
I have. Again, you're asking me questions I can't answer.
I get that, but that's what I'm saying. Just because I can die driving to work. It doesn't mean I'm not going to drive to work. I can.
Yeah, but there's a difference. You
back off the mic just a little bit.
You have a higher percentage chance of driving to the doctor to get a COVID test than dying of COVID.
The difference is
what percentage, Jeremy, what percentage of people are dying driving to get a COVID test?
I mean, this.
Well, yeah, what 10%, 1%?
No,
none of us know.
10%.
None of us know any of these numbers.
Exactly.
Right?
It's like, but my point is, there's a difference. Like, okay, let's look at the flu versus.
You can die.
Aaron, how many of our listeners that you're aware of have died of COVID? Like we have.
I understand.
We're in a unique situation because we have tons of listeners. Like a lot of them send us messages and things like that. Like I know of a couple people that have had COVID, and I think we know tons of people that have had it.
Should we tell the editor this isn't part of the show?
No, that's fine. Okay, we'll do it.
But if if a listener dies from COVID, who's going to tell us?
Well, but we have a good
write
network,
in and be
right?
like, I died from COVID.
A lot of our listeners are friends. A lot of our listeners are Facebook friends. Like enough people.
Again, that's anecdotal.
We find out when they die and what they die of.
But I mean, like, you don't hear about it. Like, I know that people out there know people that have died from it, but like, I don't. And that's got to make you think just a little bit, right? Like, if it's a pandemic, like I know people who've died from the flu.
I mean, my boss's dad died from COVID, but I don't know him.
Odds are slim. You're only talking 100. Even if you count what the CDC has now, was 135,000 or something like that. That is less than 1%.
Yeah,
of the entire population. So the odds that you actually know somebody that died from COVID are pretty slim. And then you got whole states like North Dakota and Wyoming where like 4 people live.
Yeah, but exactly. The population is so low, it doesn't really. It's hard to make the judgment on that.
Yeah, some motherfucker in Wyoming lives on a ranch by himself, hadn't seen another human being for 13 years.
Right.
I just don't get sick. Well, no, stupid.
I think it would be neat if there was a serial killer who changed their name legally to COVID.
Yeah, he'd be ineffective.
No, they'd be like a really effective serial killer, and then every day on the news it'd be like
strangled people.
It'd be like COVID kills again.
Wait, Nuffy said a miracle just happened. My wife agreed with you about what? What did I say? John Doe said you distance. Yeah, but that's just natural. I always stay away from people. People are disgusting.
I love the whole 6 feet gap in line when I'm standing in line.
I'm like, I stay like 15 feet away from everybody.
I'm like, how about you stay the away from me? Not like because I'm super worried. I just don't want you near me.
And I've had this conversation with my mom. If I get an antibody test and I have the antibodies that I've already had it and I can't get it because I have the antibodies, does that mean I get to just off like everybody else can right off?
I think
I'm
so.
not wearing a goddamn mask. I'll sneeze in your face. Like,
Well,
okay. Yeah, I'm not going to sneeze in anyone's face.
Like,
but
I'm no threat to anybody, so shut the up and leave me the alone.
So I think all of you guys should go get COVID tested just to see if you
Well,
have the antibody.
I wouldn't get COVID tested. I have to get antibody tested.
Well, I mean, you can get both done at the same time. You get the blood draw, you get the nose thing. I just got it the other day. I did not have the antibodies, and I don't have COVID. But so I know
George Floyd would die to COVID.
I don't think he did.
Who's to say? Who's to say he was COVID positive?
I don't know. He probably died.
Who's to say it didn't complicate it?
It may have, but he probably died.
That's what killed him. The officer gets to walk free, right?
Nope.
That was the argument Aaron made.
Oh,
because COVID, AIDS doesn't kill him. It's something else.
I think it was the officer's knee on his neck.
No,
that's not the argument that he made, though.
That's a ridiculous argument.
Yeah, that's not necessarily fair.
No, and that's not what I said at all. That's not
what you said.
It's not exact. It's nothing what I said.
From being kneeled on, the COVID amplified it.
No, I think it was the pressure from the officer for 10 minutes on there.
8 minutes 46 seconds.
I didn't kill him. The bullets in the fall killed him.
Jeff J said, "Guy in my Bullseye League died of COVID. His wife nearly did."
And Jeff's out of Michigan.
Yep, that's just about it. Oh, I saw that in Michigan they had a thing called the Wolverine Challenge. It's like Tough Mudder with guns based on Red Dawn.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah, I might get an antibody test because I would actually like to know if I've had it or not. I think I did. Like after talking to Brandon Herrera, the AK guy, and hearing his symptoms, I was like, wow, that is identical in every way.
Listen, the thing that makes a big difference between the flu and COVID is there's inoculations for the flu, and we can take Tamiflu.
But there wasn't when the flu first came out.
Right, but it is now, and that's where we live.
The thing COVID has over most other illnesses that we don't have is that it is a novel virus, right? Like this is the first time in the history of humanity, or the history of recorded humanity, that we've seen this specific strain of virus, right? Like that's what makes it unique. That's why there was the overreaction. That's why they were trying to be like cautious but to say that there's not a political bent to the reaction and responses that we've had, I think is a little bit naive, because there is. But like, does COVID matter? Yeah. Like I think it's real. I think it exists. I think it's a thing. I think it's way overblown, and maybe it's overblown because it's the first time we've seen it and we didn't know what it was going to do and we didn't know how it was going to do. But like ultimately, like it has been not as advertised.
Well, at least in the U.S., but other countries, like again, I default to Italy. I mean, that wrecked that country.
It really didn't wreck that country. Like I think
it
that's
overwhelmed their system.
Yeah, they got socialized medicine.
It still overwhelmed their system.
It did overwhelm
get a better
their system.
healthcare system.
Yeah, and it could overwhelm parts of our system too. Look at New York. 39,000 people out of New York.
Numbnuts put it in nursing homes.
But what's the population in New York, right? Like it's all percentages. Like how many people died? How many people that were actually tested positive died? It's a very small percentage, under 1%.
But my point is, it overwhelmed the system, and that was the whole point of the lockdown, was to break it up so that the system does not get overwhelmed. And going back to the whole mask thing, which was all started from, the masks aren't to protect you, Sean. It's not to protect me, Sean. It's not to protect you or you from me. It's to protect me from you. If you wear a mask, you're protecting me.
Yeah, I don't give a about anyone.
Yeah, apparently.
Not even me, Sean?
No, I don't give
Not
a
Angel?
I literally coughed right over at you.
I know. It's really rude.
Yeah.
I would appreciate it if you didn't
No,
do
I
that.
mean, like, but I guarantee that I'm doing more to mitigate the circumstances than not anybody, than most other people that I see at the grocery store that are touching their masks every 5 goddamn seconds, that are constantly that they're wearing gloves like from 10 different stores and then touching everything, and they're pulling their masks down and they're right up in people's business. And yeah, like I guarantee I'm doing more than most of those people. Because again, like I do pay attention. Like it's not like I'm just like, oh, COVID doesn't exist. Like I pay attention. I sanitize before I get out of my car, or as I'm getting out of my car, I sanitize before I get back in and touch everything. Yeah. I stay away from people. If I do cough, it's inside my shirt or something like that. Like, I don't know, man.
I'm not saying this is the plague that's going to end the people. I'm just saying we need to be more careful. And then if we can take precautions, we take precautions. You carry a gun as a precaution against violence.
That argument.
Well, no. It's a basic. It's not that argument. It's we take precautions to protect ourselves.
Coughing on me.
You're welcome. I coughed in my hand.
Yeah.
We take precautions to protect ourselves, and that's all I'm saying. Is we should take precautions.
Yeah, but
to protect ourselves.
Here's the problem: is that you can take precautions all you want, but I guarantee there's a bunch of people out there that have no idea what the is going on. They don't know anything. They're coughing in their hand and then touching at the grocery store, and then you're going to the grocery store and picking that up, and you're carrying it, and you're putting your hands in your pockets, and you're touching your phone.
I'm sanitizing.
So you shouldn't try.
And also, it doesn't live on surfaces for very long. Lots of discovered that. So
lots of people are really dumb and do lots of dumb things and live shitty lives.
I do all this stuff. Why
does it matter?
I do all this stuff for the flu. Like, right? We travel a lot. We were around a lot of people all the time. Like, these are the same precautions that I take when we go to SHOT Show or NRA. And I've only been sick once this year at a SHOT Show out of the last 4 years, just because I take different precautions. I don't touch elevator buttons. I don't put my hands on railings. I try to open doors with, my sleeve. I pull my sleeve down and open a door. Like, I do things like that anyway. So I probably transmit a lot less than a lot of people out there that just don't pay attention. It's not like I'm not paying attention, or it's not like I'm, being just facetious. I do things, and I try to do things that I know work, not things that are just kind of made up and probably don't work.
Sure. To Dead Bunnies Society, it says masks do absolutely nothing. It's for the weak mind that think they do. That's not true. That's not true.
I think certain masks worn a certain way have a certain effectiveness, but I think the gaiters, they're worthless.
Yeah, they are.
That's why we sell them.
But
they literally say better than nothing, and then in the description they're like, don't use these.
I mean, in the grand scheme of things, I asked Dead Bunny if he's having surgery, would he prefer his surgeon wear a mask or nothing
in a sterile environment, so he doesn't breathe into my open torso or sweat drips off his nose into my open torso?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, I would rather him wear a mask in that situation. I don't think your nose sweat is of concern to me because of the COVID virus.
But again, the breathing is, though, right? And the whole point of the mask is to protect other people.
Other people.
Actually, you did just use a 100% completely wrong example. Comparing it to a surgeon in an operating theater
environment
is 100% different, and that has nothing to do with the way that they're trying to use. Holy let me finish my sentence. Has nothing to do with what they're trying to actually do and say as the spread of disease. Like, it is not for that at all in an operating theater. And please look it up, because you will realize that you are incorrect.
Okay, so the point of the mask is to protect other people, right? That's the whole point of the mask.
I don't know what the point of the mask is.
The point of the mask is to I'll explain it then. The point of the mask is to protect other people from you.
But what if I'm not sick? Then what's the matter?
It doesn't matter.
Why doesn't it matter?
Because you can be a carrier.
You could be a carrier and not be sick.
Carrier?
Yeah, a carrier of the virus. You could be a carrier and not show symptoms.
Not show symptoms. I mean, they've went wishy-washy back and forth about
asymptomatic or pre-symptomatic.
It doesn't matter, either or. You could be both.
Really? Because asymptomatic spreads very rare. Pre-symptomatic is very different.
It's rare, but it happens, right? That's why I say when you say you're asymptomatic, you said you're rare. You could, but it's still a possibility. It's still a possibility. That's why you wear the mask.
There's a lot of possibilities that.
Right, there is a lot of possibilities. That's why we take precautions.
Well, it's really low that you're ever going to get mugged. So why carry a gun?
I mean,
because
less than 1%.
Really low. The odds aren't there. It's really low.
Now you guys just want me to rage quit at this point because you're being so obtuse about it.
That's
I don't.
Literally the same argument you're making.
No, it's not the same argument I'm making.
Hold on one sec.
Okay, go ahead.
We do take precautions for certain things, right? But a disease that less than 1% of the population is going to get, and even less than that is going to die from, is not something that I'm going to change the way that I live my everyday life because of, and not something that I recommend most everyone else should either. Like, they should do things like wash their hands. They should do things like cough in their elbow or their shoulder or their shirt. They should try not to touch as much stuff as possible. They shouldn't wipe their nose and pick up a can of Goya beans off the shelf at the grocery store. Like, they should do all these things. They don't do all these things. Like, I take precautions for things that have a higher percentage of possibly killing, maiming, or ruining the rest of my life, right? Like, that's the stuff that I care about. Like, Aaron, when we look at these numbers are very small. So I'm not going to wear a mask. I'm not going to live my life for a very small thing. Like, I have a much higher chance of stroke, heart disease, diabetes. Like, those are things that I actually should be focused on and paying attention to, not something that kills less than 1% of the entire population of the entire world. Billions and billions and billions of people, and it's a very small percentage. Like, I take precautions for the flu. I take precautions for COVID-19. Like, I take these precautions, but I'm not going to do made up stuff just because you want to feel better about it when you're in the grocery store. That's fine. Like, I get it. I'm not going to like come up and cough on you. I'm not going to go next to you, but I'm not going to do stuff that's made up. Like, if you want to wear a mask, that's totally fine. I'm not going to like, I might judge somebody, or I might like be like, whatever. I don't care. But like, if you want to wear a mask, wear a mask. I don't care. I just think that there's bigger things, like we all have a higher risk of getting in a car accident and dying than we do COVID-19.
God.
Like, we really do.
Anyway, my favorite part of wearing a mask, since I have to wear a mask at work, and I have some cloth ones that my mother made for me that I lovingly call beard sacks, because they're shaped in such a way that they encompass my beard. But at work, because I'm required to wear a mask, they also distribute like the little flimsy, kind of crappy ones. And I have a very large head, as has been discussed before. So they oftentimes rip on me. The little
ear straps.
Yeah, the little bands that go around your ears. But the other thing is that when I wear it, it looks like a chick in a bikini that's too small in like the 1980s. Because there's like this little strip of fabric, and then all my beard hair is like coming around it from every angle.
Not so hot.
I mean, if you're into Bush.
No. More Cheney.
So, Aaron, I will give you the last words, and then I want to wrap it up. I think we're just covering the same. It's been fun, but I'm kind of over it.
You know, it's not conditioning. It's not Big Brother. It's protecting. I'm not saying it's going to.
Why don't you quit speaking like in absolutes and say my opinion is that it is not? Because I think that's the fair way to do it, right?
I assume that everyone would take it as my opinion by the comments in the by the comments over there. They're obviously assuming it's coming from me.
Okay, that's fair. Whatever.
But I mean, just do what is good for everyone else. Just as you avoided your girlfriend's parents because they are more susceptible during the pandemic when it first started out, we are also trying to avoid being carriers and not knowing it. We just want to be cautious. That's all I'm saying. Wash your hands, wear a mask, no big deal.
Jeremy.
Being cautious.
What's that?
Being cautious. Nothing venture, nothing gain.
I mean, Aaron, if they told you that you had to wear underwear on your head because it had like and let's say that like
it is be more reasonable.
It is a little bit ridiculous, but I mean, It's a mask now. But what is it next, right? Like wearing a mask, wearing a mask, wearing a mask.
We just have to pass this law and get rid of all the guns because it's
again, you got it's all hyperbolic.
It's to protect other people, Aaron.
It's hyperboil. Come on.
No, it's not hyperbolic. It's exactly what they've been doing for 100 years.
No, it's not.
I just think
other people, it's not you we're worried about. It's them. They're the problem. So we got to worry about. It's not you.
You guys take it to the extreme every time.
It's true.
I'm just trying to be reasonable here.
No,
it goes to the extreme every time.
Okay.
No, you take it to the extreme every time.
Hold on a sec.
And that's fear mongering is what you're doing.
Well, but you're virtue signaling. Wear a mask. Be safe. Do it for other people. Like you, man.
That's not virtual signaling. That's the reason why we wear masks.
No, it isn't, because we don't wear masks up until this point for things that are way more deadly. We don't eat better. We still eat cheeseburgers. So you and your virtue signaling is all.
But that's a personal choice. That only affects you when you eat cheeseburgers. That only affects you. It doesn't affect me.
Really?
You know, cheeseburgers you want. It doesn't.
What about someone without insurance that smokes 10 packs a day and uses Medicare and Medicaid and social programs and things like that? Like
Okay, now you're doing extremes again.
No. That's actually very legitimate.
I don't know anyone that smokes 10 packs a day.
4. I know people that smoke 4.
I see. So my exaggerated number. Okay, so 2 packs a day.
Okay.
And eats cheeseburgers and is on socialized medicine and weighs 300 pounds and has to go to the hospital all the time for diabetes and things like that. That affects us all, but like
That's
I don't
true.
see you virtue signaling and crowing about what a great person you are because you don't do that.
I don't do that, but I don't need to because they're idiots and they're ruining it for everyone else. Yeah, I agree. That sucks. They what are you going to do?
Join a gun-related advocacy group such as Second Amendment Foundation, Firearms Policy Coalition, Gunners of America.
Do I not get last words on this?
You do, actually. Go ahead.
Yes. Okay, my last words. I don't really care that one way about this that much, one way or the other. However, as an at-risk person on very powerful immunosuppressive drugs and up until today, pretty powerful dosage of steroids, I just want to say that I hope I get COVID and die because you guys.
Well, and I guess that is the wonderful thing about this argument is eventually we're going to either be proven wrong or proven right. All of us. Right?
I hope Sean gives it to me.
I mean, maybe.
You'll be racked. Well, you won't be racked with guilt because you just said you don't care about anybody. So,
I mean, I don't care about it in that way, I guess. I care about human beings, I care about people, but I don't care about things that I don't feel like have a whole huge scientific basis. And maybe it's just because this is the first time we've seen it. And maybe it is because, we don't really know what the best route to do is. And the CDC and the WHO have been ridiculously wrong and reactionary about so many different things. Go ahead.
Also, this would be great. It would be a great you to you guys. I'm not sure totally how, but I just think it'd be funny. Second of all, Tyler is listed as a male on my life insurance due to a miscommunication that I chose not to correct. And I told her about it, and I was like, that's just my little gift from me to you, so one last little thing. If I die, to collect the money, you're going to have to convince them that you're actually that Tyler.
Suicide prevention lines 1-800-273-8255 1-800-273-TALK, or you can text us text a message to 741. I think that'll be just about it. We are here live every Monday and Wednesday. We're on demand every single day. Go to welikeshooting.com/show to subscribe. If you're listening to the show, Skinny Medic and I are doing a medical class in Colorado August 22nd. Go to medicalgearoutfitters.com to find out more about that. And as we always say, thanks for listening. Get some medical training and
shoot straight.
Tap, rack, boom.
Oh,
yeah. Like a cop.
Get medical training and wear a mask, right?
Wear a mask because you care about people. Right?
That should be the name of the show.
Okay, I can change it. It's not too late. No, I'm not.
Beard sack. Oh, did we already use beard sack though?
So I thought we did, but I went and searched for it.
Oh, okay.
I've never heard beard sack before as a title.
I know we've talked about it before, but
yeah. Oh man, the beard sack is amazing.
Can you get a picture of yourself with it wearing it so I can use that as a cover?
Yeah. I have one that I'll send you.
God bless Aaron Grieger. Nick lives. He has risen. Much feelings. Yay, Nick. Best podcast around.
Aaron, do you want one of me in the bathroom or not in the bathroom?
Whichever one is worse.
It did. That was a very long show. And I'm fading out. And
it's okay. I have to go to work in like an hour.
Did you think that show was worth $1? Help the cast by visiting lovewls.com.